to be with you. We are mask-free. We have been vaccinated, and gentlemen, life is good. I am Nick Davros, honored to be your play-by-play host tonight, along with color analyst Steve DeLong, the man right here, the godfather of Sailor Nation Sports, Joe Kanukin, and up in the crow's nest, you know who he is, Sailor Nation Sports, Kim Kotis, the best in the business. Gentlemen, we are here at Red Arrow Stadium tonight for something that is extremely special. It's the Pink Arrow game, Steve. Fill us in a little bit on some of the stuff that we got going tonight.
Yeah, it's the 14th annual game tonight. It's their cancer game for all intents and purposes. And they've raised almost $2 million in cancer research funds.
In 13 years, and this is game 14, right?
This is game 14, and in the previous 13 games, which makes this an interesting game, they have never lost a Pink Arrow game. So it's an interesting, and I heard their coach talk this week, Jacob Hennigy, and the reason why it's so early and against Mona Shores is their first 3 or 4 games are away, and they usually like to have the game front-loaded. So it just happened to be Mona Shores, and I talked to Coach Koziak this week, and he said, heck yeah, when they called and wanted to do it. So he wanted his players to have an experience.
Well, and if I can add something to that, so Coach Koziak ordered pink socks for the kids, so they're all wearing pink Arrow socks. They've got a pink stripe, a la the University of North Carolina with the Argyle look. It's pink and white. And the MS on the side is pink and white as well. So Coach Koziak has gone all out because last night we were there for hours putting on the new decals.
Yeah, well, and as they were walking out, want to represent Mona Shore's football team has chosen Coach Koziak's father, who recently passed.
Yeah, about a month ago, the funeral was last Saturday in memory of Stephen Koziak, whose son Stephen is named after the dad, the grandfather. So what a wonderful honor that is. And Steve, you were telling me here, average attendance sometimes around 10,000 people, and it's packed on this Sunday night.
It is packed. I don't know if there's 10,000 tonight because the weather, I'll tell you what, it's just you people. It's really a cool scene. There's no doubt about it. They go all out for this. It's a community event.
Oh, absolutely. And this was started by Noel Dean, longtime coach, a Hall of Fame coach who won 3 state titles. Noel's down in Georgia at Tift High School, and I got to watch a scrimmage on Facebook. I tell you, Noel Dean's loaded down there with some talent.
I think he has the number 5 recruit in the nation on his team.
Creepers, yeah. And he's got Cody Cater from Montague, the 2-time state champion. So good luck to Noel Dean. And Steve, you and I were looking here at, they got 46 on the roster. You got 21 linemen. I bet you they're all 225, 230 and up.
They're big. And they're very well known for their weightlifting program, much like Mona Shores is. So they're definitely going to be a strong team.
And not only that, but their wrestling program is like 10 or 12 years in a row team champions. I mean, it's just some unprecedented stuff here that they do.
Absolutely. And we go back to Noel Dean. 4 years, so the last 4 years, Lowell has been 16-21. So they've kind of been in a rebuild, change around. But the 4 years before that, they had gone 44-6 when Noel Dean was here. He left, and there's changeover, and everyone knows what a great coach Noel Dean was. But at one point in time, up to 2018, Lowell had 19 straight playoff appearances. So they're statewide recognized.
It's difficult to be the guy who takes over for the guy, kind of like John Wooden there. And I'll tell you what a wonderful rendition by the choir here at Red Arrow Stadium. And Steve, we're going to get to your keys to the game, but I want to concentrate on Mona Shores. Unprecedented run for Mona Shores last year during the COVID situation. Fill us in a little bit on what, because we're not playing a slouch here in Lowell whatsoever. Historically, a great program. The guy that took over, Nolene, last year, it's tough to take over for the guy. We know that. Matt, on the other hand, has been well entrenched now at Mona Shores, has changed the culture of football. What are some of your keys to the game in order to continue this run that we're on right now?
Sure, and before I get to my keys, it's one of those deals where, we'll get to it, and there's a lot of things we couldn't talk to because of the technical issues we had, and I'm happy to hear I think we're on. But, Matt comes back with a loaded crew. They only have 29 players currently on the roster, but the 29 they have are football kids, and he told me that specifically this week. Mona Shores comes in ranked by D-Zone, the number 5 team, if you're looking at all classes in the state. Mick McCabe has them at number 18. Detroit News has them at number 8. MLive has them at number 6. So, the expectations, they didn't go away. And I think that this group of seniors in particular are ready to meet the challenge. So my keys to the game are, number one for Mona Shores, obvious, how do the new starters step up? They have players that played last year, but basically on each side of the ball, they have 8 new starters on each side. So how do those replacements step in the first game in a big atmosphere? Number 2, obviously first game, you got to limit the mistakes and the turnovers. And number 3, we had Keegan DeKuyper kicking for us for a long time, and the soccer game got moved, and so now we actually don't even know who's kicking for us tonight. So the kick variable for Lowell, they have to be able to run the ball. They have to be able to keep the ball out of Mona Shores' hands. I think they have to keep Mona Shores off balance defensively and make some big plays. But I'll be honest with you, it could come down to conditioning because it is hot. Who is the more well-conditioned team? Who survives the cramping? It's going to be fun to watch, no doubt.
Your keys are excellent because we had our JV and freshman game, and congratulations to Coach Millis defeating Lowell. Unfortunately, our JVs went down to 20, played a tough game, 44-22, played a tough game, but conditioning, we were out of shape, made a lot of mistakes, and we've got a lot of stuff to work on. But Coach Kojak and his whole staff was at our game and on the side, and a couple of guys in the box, so they saw exactly what to do. And one of your keys is run the game. Lowell JVs threw the ball 3 times, and just run, pound it downfield, 2, 3, 5, 7, maybe break a long one. So keys to the game are keep the ball, let's go, let's play some solid defense, and under the tutelage of Dave Check, I think we're going to be okay. A lot of starters back on defense, and offensively, Mark Konechny. He's going to be the man this year. It's Mark's team this year. Brady Rose off to college. Now Mark takes over, and as a gunslinger, Mark can throw the ball.
Yeah, you got people coming back, Cavanis, Johnson, Kewan, for all names that you're going to hear, but and we'll get to that. So Mona Shores is about to kick off here.
I just wanted to say, guys,
back there, Biddy.
I haven't said a single word yet. It's good to be back, guys.
Oh, Joe, it's good to see you here. We're giving you all
working on the connections, man.
Okay, there's kids going to be bobbling around at the 5, picked up at the 10, and he's going to be tackled right back at the 10-yard line. No, correction, he gets out to about the 14-yard line. It will be 1st and 10 for the Railroads.
So while we do have a good connection here, I do want to stress to everybody, it's going to be kind of limited. We're going to bring you what you can. We will not have the instant replay tonight because I'm trying to be able to get through everything that we can with the very limited bandwidth that we. You will see this live as we go tonight, and we're thankful for what we've got right now. So thanks for joining us right now, 171 people.
That's all right. That defense, 44 Strandberg, 51 All-State candidate and All-Stater, 51 DJ Cavanis. We got Millis and Koziak at the DN. And so Barrow's going to run the ball and going to pick up about 2 yards on the initial play of the 2021 season.
So we didn't get a lot of time to talk about Lowell offensively, but Lowell offensively, like most teams, are a spread, but one of the unique things they do is their fullback, their running back, is lined up very close to the quarterback. They still like to run some veer, inside veer, midline veer, but it's like a wing T principle too. It's hard to find the ball.
Got twins to the left. Fullback, quarterback's going to keep the ball, and he's going to pick up maybe 1. at the most. Looks like they're going to give them about 1. It'll bring up 3rd and 7. Linebackers, Johnson, Lenarowitz, and Farnham. Your defensive backs, Vinton, Ivy, Frederick, the transfer from Muskegon, and Keewan, Farm, and Frederick in for the injured Ryan McNiff.
So this will be interesting, the first possibility of a passing down.
Yep.
I wouldn't be surprised if they kept it on the
Twins
ground
left. Split backfield.
Ooh, that was a big
He's
hole.
going to break through. 40, 45, 50, 40, 30, 20, 10. Fun run down by number 6. C.J. Ivy off that right tackle for a big gain.
That was a big hole.
Their defense was able to seal everything off to that right side. And once he got through the line, the original line, he was gone. There wasn't anybody in the secondary.
65 yards on that play brings up 1st and 10. Ball's going to be marked at the 10-yard line. Twins to the left. Split backfield. Tight end to the right. That's going to carry the ball. And this is exactly what we saw in the JV game. In the JV game, though, we didn't see a split backfield. We just saw the fullback, but twins on either side or double wing.
And what they'll do is they'll run the fullback and then they'll counter back with the opposite back. I saw that on film as well. So
quarterback likes to keep it fake to the full or maybe fake to the half, and he'll just keep it behind. Same formation. Quarterback's going to keep it this time, and he's going to pick up maybe.
He may have fumbled the ball.
We've got a fumble? They haven't called anything yet. Looks like they're going to call him down.
It looked like it.
Nope, it's going to be
turnover.
ball.
The Red Arrows have turned over the ball. The Sailor defense comes up with a huge stop down at the 6-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10. Mona Shores at their own 6-yard line. We got 9:41 counting down here.
And I'll tell you what, that I'll bet that's an issue of it is so hot. That ball has a lot of moisture on it from the sweat. It's going to be
and your running backs don't usually wear gloves either, so your hands are going to be sweating. There's going to be a lot of moisture on the turf as well.
Konechny with Johnson in the backfield.
Mark Konechny, the senior, is now at the helm for the Sailor high-powered offense.
I would expect something to the right side here.
Got a little motion, a little pass right there. Goes to number 4. He's going to break through the 20.
That's
30,
gone.
40,
That's Dimitri.
50,
Not
go 40,
gone.
30, 20,
first play.
10. First play, touchdown, Mona Shores.
Well, I'll tell you what. You can't you have that big runaway play by Lowell down to inside the 10-yard line, and then you get a turnover, turn it into 6 points the next play. You could not open better. You get all the butterflies out. You've got a mistake, miscue. You've recovered from it. You're on the board. Life is good. 9:27
And that's what we call the spread version of student body right.
Yeah.
There you go.
Loaded it over. They ran Dimitri to the right. There was great blocking. Demir Farnham was over there. It was
and
boom.
not only that, but that counts as a pass
Sure
on
does.
Mark Konechny's stats.
That
That is a pass. Mark Konechny goes
shuffle,
96 yards on his first pass as a quarterback.
That's fantastic.
Well, here's the first kick of the year without Keegan.
Who's the number, though?
We
80.
don't have him on the roster. It's
Kick is up, and it is no. Shanks it to
All right, okay.
I'm surprised he didn't go for 2, to be honest with you. Well, number 80. Yeah,
he's not on the roster.
Do you think maybe Matt got him out of the stands or just threw a jersey on him or something?
Well, yeah, but with the soccer game being changed.
Yeah, no, exactly.
I mean, but once again, we haven't had time to talk, but there's a slight issue with the busing and the air conditioning, so they had to change a little bit there, and now the soccer game got moved. Those are all things Coach talks about during the week, too. These we'll call them sudden change items that happen that you have to be prepared for everything. Okay, so a bus showed up, didn't have air conditioning, wasn't big enough to fit, so you had to go get a couple of vans. So the team gets here a little bit late. They can't really run pregame on the field because there's a ceremony for the Pink Arrow game. You let up a big play, but then, boom, the sudden changes. Our first play back, touchdown.
Right.
I tell you that I can't overstate how important it was to do something like that, to get over those butterflies that happened to let that run through the line. I mean, again, we're here now. It's a game.
Dimitri Roberson goes 96 yards on Mark Konechny's first pass of the season to score a touchdown. Sailors kicking off, number 80. Nice high and overhand kick. Rolls down to the ground, and he's going to have to pick it up at about the 1 yard line. He's going to be tackled at about the 9. We'll see where they mark it. But he was waiting for it to see if it would go out of bounds. It died at the 1, forced to pick it up. And it's going to be marked right at the 10-yard line. So the Red Arrows will take over first and 10 at their own 10-yard line. 9:24 counting down here at the 14th annual Pink Arrow game.
We'd like to thank everybody that right now 203 people that are watching Sailor Nation Sports Network here. Thanks for joining us here at the Pink Arrow game from Lowell.
Well, thank you for allowing us into your homes, however, wherever, and just anything. Thank you so very much. It's great. It's a hot, humid night here in West Michigan. Little counter here. Going to be picks up about 4 yards on the carry. Pitcher's going to give him about 4.5 yards. It will bring up second down and 6. Ball's going to be marked on the far right hash, the home side here at Red Arrow Stadium, down to 9 minutes and counting.
I don't think it was any surprise that they went to the right side after the big play in the first series. Exactly. You know, hey, we're stuck in our end of the field. Let's give it a shot again.
Well, yeah, but you're going against Millis over there at the
Drew.
At the Ned, at the Ned, and you're going with
Drew Sandberg.
Drew Sandberg over there is pushing about 240, 245 now.
He's a big kid.
Weightlifting has done him. Got offered, and it looks like he's going to be attending Alma College.
A lot of people going to Alma, and
geez, you just wonder why Alma College, right? Now let's just think. Who's a
I don't have to think very hard.
No, you don't. The legend himself, Mark Konechny Sr.
That's correct.
Yep.
Talked to Brian. He said Bryce is, I think he said second on the depth chart
at center.
At Alma.
So that's exciting. Tough look here. Four-man front.
When will we see the first
for Coach
pass?
Check? Going with the hard count, trying to draw him offside. Second down and 10.
Off this left side again. There it is again.
There it is. Same play. Almost the same result. Picks up about 5 yards.
David Frederick
is going to make it 6 yards on the carry, Steve.
Yeah, Dave Frederick with a nice fill from the safety position, I think it was.
Well, we've got Kimmin, best in the business, up on the top right there in the crow's nest. But we've got some other cameras. We've got some new stuff, some new toys that
we
the
do,
Godfather
and unfortunately,
found.
because of all of this going on right now, we haven't been able to really use it. We've been focused on being able to connect out into the world, into the interweb here, to be able to see everything. But yes, I mean we are on right now. It appears.
Got a little motion, a little
fumble
right there. We got a fumble. It's going to be picked up by number 20. Kewan Farnham picking up, but there's a flag on the play.
2 flags, actually, Nick.
2.
There's one back here that happened right as the fumble happened. The other one happened
right at the line of scrimmage right there, Steve. You're right.
Well, we have a moment while we're waiting. I just look at Dimitri's stats from last year. He had 193 total receiving yards. He just about have that in his first catch tonight.
How about that?
God, what a way to be a quarterback. Your first pass, you just bust out for 96. You know, I mean,
it doesn't even have to read it. Just flip it.
No, just flip it.
When I say just flip, it's not as easy as it looks.
No. But that'll give him some big-time scout looks. I think the D1 level with that. So how'd you do on your first pass, Mark? I just busted through for 96. What, you didn't get 100 on it? No, I was forced to take it at 4. So this is a long conference. Okay, here we go.
Sorry about that, folks.
I put the holding, face mask down.
Shore's ball.
So it's going to be Shore's ball, and it's going to be right where. So the Sailors are going to keep possession on the dual penalties assessed to the Red Arrows. It'll be first and goal at the 5-yard line for Mona Shores. I'll tell you what, you couldn't ask for a better start. I'll tell you what right here.
You absolutely could not.
You know, I'd like to think that we kind of absorbed all the gremlins from the game, and everything's just going to go their way tonight.
You think that's what it is?
All right, so we started on the 6-yard line of our own.
Yep,
yeah.
And now
we're starting at the 3-yard line.
At the 3 yard.
So these are really interesting drive
Eliza
points.
Johnson on inside veer right here. Eliza Johnson, baby. Here we go. Or Mark Konechny with the keep. Little motion there. Lenardowitz.
There it
Jeffrey is going to carry the ball. Jeffrey. No, who's that? Elijah Johnson. Elijah Johnson gets a touchdown for the Sailors. 1 play. So, that's not a bad record. 2 plays, 2 touchdowns. That's not bad.
Wait a second. Was there a flag? That was
no.
I don't see any flag.
Lenardowitz out of the H-back look, went in motion from right to left. Snap to Konechny, hands off to Eliza Johnson. Johnson goes over that right tackle to put the Sailors up 12-0. Do you go for 2 or do you get a kick?
They might.
They're going for the kick.
The PAT
team. Yep. The swinging gate going from left to right.
Maybe. Yep. Well, he's not calling them over yet.
No, he's not.
He's going to flip it over here.
Flip. Over the head.
He got it.
And he got it over the head. It was man coverage on the far right side, and Konechny on a dart right over the head.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
So the swinging gate, you look the receiver over, and it's just one of those nuances that some coaches put in because it's something else that teams have to practice.
To work on. Yep. You have to take some time in practice.
You probably only use it 3 times like that a year, and there's 5 or 6 different things you could do off of it. But hey, we're about 14 zip.
Hey, I remember when you played in formation. Guess what?
Yes.
We had to practice everything just because. Now, did you run a million different plays? No, it was just different look, same play.
The best coaches do that. They disguise things but keep it the same.
Exactly. So, Coach Check dodges a couple bullets right away. 2 turnovers, right? 2 turnovers right there. And then Coach Kozak only has to run 2 plays for 2 touchdowns. That's not. Johnson can fly. Both Farnhams can fly. Konechny's got some good speed. Yeah, I mean, it's just a well-groomed team. It's a polished team. Oh, we're going nowhere on that defense right here, kids. Ball's going to be gain of naught here.
One of my keys for Lowell is I thought they had to keep Mona Shores off balance defensively. At some point in time, you're going to have to try to run wide. You're going to have to try to throw a safe pass. But the middle it's not working. They did have a little success off tackle, but that's not going.
Twins to the right. Fullback, the lone back. Going to give to the fullback. Quarterback's going to keep the ball, and he's going to be stuck. And he's going to gain about, I'm looking at the official, gain of about 4. So it'll be 3rd down and about 5, I'm thinking. Yep, 3rd down and 5. We'll make it 3rd down and 4.5, according to the down marker on that far side. That would be the east side.
Those that are joining us, both us and the radio stations here, are just absolutely struggling to get a connection out into the rest of the world for you guys to enjoy this game. So if you are able to hear this intermittently, that's a blessing right now comparatively to what we have had previously. So bring you more on this, but certainly we are at least here for the majority of it.
We've got a flag on the field right here. The Red Arrows. It's a delay of game. I know they're taking a lot of time to call their plays, Stephen. This was obviously excessive.
And it was a 3rd and 5, which now moves it to 3rd and 10. I mean, that's a huge penalty.
3rd and 10, Red Arrows back to pass, first pass of the game. Oh, nice defense. He's going to be short after picking up about 5. It's going to force the Red Arrows into the first punt of the game, Steve.
Absolutely. Great defensive stand. The penalty certainly helped back them up.
I tell you what, Coach Chuck's been working a lot with us on defense, and I can't thank him. I mean, you want to talk about a guru of defense. That young man right there is the head coach in waiting, but right now, I tell you, just an outstanding defensive coordinator. 5-man front. Maybe a fake, not going to see. There's going to be a little rugby-style kick. It's going to be picked up by Farnham. Ooh, okay, he's tripped up, but there's a flag.
Lots of flags coming all over the place.
Flags all over. On us? I mean, I wouldn't think it'd be anyone against the Red Arrows on defense because their offense, the punt turned into a defensive play. We're going to see, and they're looking in the direction of Sailors. We're going to see what it is. We've got 2 flags down. The Red Arrows punted to the Sailors.
Well, we're waiting for this. I just want to let you know we have a little new thing we're going to do this year, kind of like on ABC. They have the Aflac trivia question. Everyone knows what that is. I'm going to do a trivia question every game, thanks to our sponsor, Troy Wasserman. It'll be the Troy Wasserman Core Realty Partners trivia question. And so that'll come in the second quarter, and the answer will come in the third quarter. So it's they're not. I don't think tonight's question is that easy.
No, for anybody that has really followed those nuances, it would probably be something that they would. Coach might know. Coach Davros here.
So
we'll see.
Am I kind of like
you won't know one of them.
Okay, wait. Am I kind of like the Lee Corso? Because did you know Lee Corso is 86 years old? He's got me by 21. Okay, 4-man front on defense. Mark Konechny out of the Twins look. Twins to the top and bottom. Elijah Johnson offset to the left. Konechny going back for the forced real pass. Right there to Zet.
Jalen Vinton.
Yeah, Vinton on the reception.
First, is that the third play, really? The third offensive?
It's the third offensive play. It's the second pass, and it's probably Konechny's shortest pass of the day so far. So the first one, busting for a mere 96. I mean, honestly, come on, Coach Kozak. Can't you wing it down just a little bit farther for us? So it brings up 2nd down and 6 balls marked at the 44. We're down to 4:30 and counting here.
I like it. The safe pass if you call it a pass in the beginning, and then this pass for Mark to get him settled.
Trips to the right, split. Trips left, split right. Johnson offset to left. Johnson's going to carry the ball. Konechny's going to carry, and he's going to get maybe a half a yard on the keep. It's going to bring up a 3rd and about 5. 4 minutes counting down here in this opening quarter on the 14th annual Pink Arrow game here at Lowell High School at Red Arrow Stadium. And I tell you what a great night. If you live down south in Alabama, for heaven's sakes, because up here in the north, we're just drenched. Trips to the left, split to the right. Roberson all by himself there on that far side. Konechny rolling out. Sending out. He's got a receiver downfield.
McNiff.
It's going to be caught by McNiff.
We do have a flag on the play.
We got a flag. It's probably going to be a hold.
Legal motion, it looks to be.
Fisher's going to.
Legal
shift on the Sailors. Boy, Konechny did a nice job scrambling out there, pointing down to his receiver where he wanted him to go. So it's going to be a 3rd and 10 now. Real similar to what happened with Lowell. It was 3rd and 5. The penalty knocks him back to 3rd and 10. Forcing to throw, came up 5 yards short, Steve. It kind of almost a flip scenario.
3rd and 5, you can run any play on 3rd and 5. 3rd and 10, all of a sudden it's a different.
Yeah, right. And you're almost forced to throw the ball, realistically speaking. Twins to the top end, bottom. Johnson offset to the left. Konechny, your quarterback.
Run out. No.
Konechny back, going downfield. Got a nice ball. Coming up a little short. Is there going to be a flag?
Wow, incidental contact. Yeah.
Yep, no flag. Incidental contact. Konechny, first incompletion of the day for Mark. So it's going to put the Sailors in a 4th and 10. Ball's going to be marked at the 40. 3:18 counting down here, gentlemen.
And similar to Brady Rose, who was the punter last year from the quarterback position, Mark is also. So we have a new punter this year, too, because that's Mark.
Yeah. Why change a good thing? Quarterback, got good hands.
Well, they're good athletes.
Yeah, they're just good athletes.
All quarterbacks are good athletes.
Yeah, yes, they are. I don't know if there's an exception to that one, but I'm doing. Okay, he's going to take the ball down, and that.
Oh, what a nice tackle.
Nice job.
McNiff,
Ryan McNiff. And 2 weeks ago, you would have thought Ryan McNiff was done for the season. Carting him off on crutches, getting him into the golf cart, rushing him to the hospital, coming back, high ankle sprain with inflatable cast on, you would have thought, and could walk at all. A week later, he's walking a little bit, and here he is playing again. The marvels of modern medicine. God, you got to thank the Greeks for that too, don't you? I mean, the medicine and everything. Yeah.
Well, I would first think you'd start with the trainers because I was at the practice when they were working them hard. But it is amazing. I mean, the trainers, we should talk about them.
Yeah, Big
sometime.
Dan. Yeah. Dan Schroeder, trainer.
So a couple of shout-outs. We got one of our viewers from LaGrange, Georgia. Go Sailors, class of 1973. He says that I know it's warm and humid to Saigon weather here in western Georgia, so I think we'll take our little warm and humid compared to that.
Little Saigon down in Georgia, right?
Welcome
little
to Saigon. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Thanks for watching, Robert Keller, and everybody, the 243 people that we got watching right now. Fantastic.
Going to go with that inside play right now. I tell you what, the defense has really settled down after that first. After really that one long run, it's really been nothing at this point.
Absolutely nothing. Coach Check and his defense have done a great job. I think, sometimes it just takes some time to settle in, too.
Yeah.
Well, and the other part of that is, too, you haven't seen much mix from Lowell. It's been pretty straightforward, left, right, off-tackle stuff, both sides. It has not been much anything other than that. Have they attempted to throw the ball yet? I haven't. One time. Yeah, once. So, again, it's – honestly, I don't think there's a better way to break in your season to be able to have a little bit of,
split backfield.
You can
motion from left to right for the red arrows on this pink arrow day. Going back to throw.
Oh, he's open a little bit. See if they close
this is going to be picked. Nice.
Very
job.
Nice.
Who is that, number 21? Farnham. Keewan Farnham. Your secondary, I believe, is an all-junior secondary. Am I correct? It is.
Yes.
Yeah, it's an all-junior secondary. It's an all-senior linebacker. So there's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, 7 seniors on defense. Second punt here. This is returnable. This is Farnham right here. It's going to go through that initial wall.
Room.
50, 40, 30, 20. Nobody will touch him.
Oh, my gosh.
Farnham.
Where did that flag come from?
Where did that flag come from? Oh, is it going to be the
legit?
Okay, Coach Koziak's running down there. He's at the 20. Now, that official is going to get an earful from him.
I kid you not. He maybe it was stuck in his pocket because he threw that. There wasn't a Shores player around.
No, the penalty is going to be assessed to Mona Shores. The touchdown will be nullified by the penalty.
Well, that hurts.
Oh, my God. Coach Kozak is just living on the sideline right there. Look at him. He's got that little pink arrow hat on right there, and he can't believe what he sees because that was a great setup, great one by Farnham. I mean, he gets through that initial wave. Coach Kozak can't believe it. He is just.
There was a block in the back. I just saw it on our play from YouTube.
You got it?
Yeah,
let me see, Joe.
Yeah, I'd have to. I think I might be able to rewind it here. Let me see.
Okay, here it is. Let's see.
I'll see if I can find it here.
Okay. Okay, so Joe's calling in a block in the back is going to nullify about a 65.
It just came extremely late.
65-yard punt return by Farnham will be nullified by the block in the back. The ball's going to go back to the Sailors. So it'll be first 10 Mona Shores. Now we're just going to see where they're going to spot the ball. It's a spot foul.
If it's at the flag.
Okay, here it is.
Right there.
Oh, right there, yep.
Right at the 50.
Yep, right at the 50.
Brittany Butterworth watching from Teconsha, Michigan, watching her little brother, Elijah Johnson.
Oh,
thanks for watching.
Thank you for watching, and you will be very proud of little brother. He's doing a great job, honey.
And we also have the wonderful Mrs. Heather Hall watching. She says she misses the Johnny Cam.
Yeah, we miss Johnny and the Johnny Cam.
But we miss
Heather.
Johnny, we miss Connor, we miss Noah today. But she says Johnny's doing very well at Wheaton College. So
boy.
Hope Johnny has an opportunity to really enjoy all that needs to be enjoyed there.
Johnson carrying the ball off that right side. He's going to get back to the initial line of scrimmage, bringing up a 2nd down and 10. So the running game seems to be struggling just a little bit, Steve.
Yeah, a little bit. I think, there's lots of things, from a new quarterback cadence, even though they've worked a long time on that, to, new players and different, and getting more playing time. The running game takes some time to gel.
Yep. Konechny going to carry the ball. Konechny's going to pick up about 3, maybe 4 yards on the carry. We're going to make it 3. It'll be down 3rd down and 7 over on that far side of the field. That's the Sailors sideline over there. Sailors hurry up offense right now. We got H-back.
He's trying to get him
offset.
To
go. We got motion. Coach Kozak might have to burn a timeout here. Noise signals into play. Vinton trades over from the right to the left. Johnson quick offset trap. To the left. Nope. Little quick out there over to Vinton. He's going to break 1 tackle. 5, touchdown.
There's that speed.
Jalen Vinton.
And no
Is
flags.
That a flag?
No flags.
No, that's not a flag. Okay. Vinton on the reception from Konechny goes for about how far? 45, 55 yards 55, on that. Yeah. Okay, Konechny's got over 250 yards tonight. Over 150 yards just throwing the ball in 3 passes. It's not a bad night. Not a
and
bad
relatively safe passes.
Yeah.
I mean,
I thought the 96-yarder was a little sketchy, to be honest. I thought that was just a toss it. I mean, timing was important on that one.
I don't think, it counts as
yes, it does. It counts as 96 in the book, doesn't it? The little flip pass, I'm not sure the official name, but we'll get it from that.
So he must have stepped out of bounds?
Yeah, he must have. They're not giving him the touchdown.
We're going to have to back that off there.
Yeah, shut my mouth.
I already changed the
Konechny's going to carry the ball. Mark
Konechny
gets his first touchdown as a senior quarterback, the starter. Mark Konechny goes in from 5 yards out.
He did hit the line.
It's got to be exciting for Mark, though, being a starting quarterback right now and getting his first touchdown running the ball. That's good.
Absolutely, and I think it's great that I think Mark having some success, Dimitri having that early run.
Yep.
Now you have Junior Vinton getting some action. I mean, this is good. We know what Johnson can do. I'm not saying he's avoiding John. I'm just saying we know Elijah's going to have some big games.
Well, he's been, he's a 3-year starter now, mostly special teams as a sophomore, but a full-time starter last year. Snap is up. The kick is good. All right. So the 14th annual Red Arrow game, a.k.a. Pink Arrow game. Your Sailors are comfortably up 21-0. We're going to take a short break. You can take it with us, but, hey, you make sure you come back in about a minute.
This is our house. We can find your house.
Blended Furniture Market thanks you, Mona Shore Sailors, for your support. Have a fantastic game. Try your best and make a difference. Come shop with us down the road at Blended Furniture Market. Visit us on Facebook and Instagram. Go Sailors!
Want to welcome everyone back. We are at Red Arrow Station, and what a great addition it is to have Steve with us. We got Kim and Codis, the best in the biz, up in the crow's nest. As always, the Godfather, Joe Kanukin, handling all the technical and stuff. And I'll tell you what, the Godfather had to work hard tonight to get a live stream going. And as always, Papa D here, Nick Davros, the grandfather of Sailor Nation Sports are here, kids. Sailors getting ready to kick off from the 40-yard line, and we still do. We'll get it for you. It's going to be bobbled at about the 20, 25, 30, Going to carry it out to about the 35, or maybe the 30. No, they're going to mark it right at the 35-yard line, boys and girls. So Sailors up 21-0, Steve.
Yeah, they've looked really impressive early on, and after that opening long run by Lowell, they've really settled down, and they've really stopped the run. I don't think Lowell has been very creative offensively, which has really played into Mona Shore's hands. And some of the newcomers, Mark, and as we mentioned, Vinton and Dimitri's not a newcomer, but they're getting game action and really creating some plays out there.
Steve, and how much money have they raised? Did you say this is year 4? So in 13 years?
In 13 years, they've raised close to $2 million.
That's incredible. This is a fantastic thing to do. And Steve, you and I were pulling in here and watching the community. They had a soccer game before this. We pulled in. It was it was jaw-dropping to see all of the vendors and people. And it literally is an entire community event that goes things earlier in the week as well, too.
Yeah, I mean, seriously, even when you had to stop and get Nick's Jamocha shake today, if you didn't notice, she had a Lowell mask on it. Had a pink arrow on it. So,
right.
I mean, it's a community thing.
It really is, and it's a fantastic thing. There's very few people in this world that can actually say that they don't know somebody whose lives has been, touched by cancer.
No, my mother's lost my mom to leukemia, blood cancer.
My mother's a 2-time survivor of breast
cancer. Congratulations.
My mom is in remission from leukemia, so...
Yeah, it's touched.
It touches so many lives. I just want Sailor Nation Sports to know I just had my physical last week. Clean bill of health here for the old man. Yeah,
mine's slipping a little bit, but you're doing all well.
Yeah, well, I can't control everything. Boy, I tell you what, that defense has just gotten stingy out there on the 1st and 10, ball marked at the 45, 10:49 counting down here in the second quarter of action. Red Arrow Stadium in the Pink Arrow game. Sailors on the road for 3 weeks in a row, gentlemen. Next week, we are on the road across the state. We'll get into that a little bit in the second half, but it's going to be a fun trip.
Oh, sure is.
2nd and 9, ball at the 46. Quarterback with my God, who is
Elijah Johnson?
Elijah Johnson just blew it up there. Drew Sandberg, Elijah Johnson blows it up. Drew Sandberg cleans it up.
I tell you what, there's nothing you can do as an offense if you have somebody that's getting that much penetration into the backfield as you're trying to develop a play. It just completely wrecks everything.
For one of two things he got there that quick, or Elijah Johnson read his keys so
well,
stinking quick. One of two, regardless.
And either way, it was fantastic.
Yeah. You asked Johnson, I can read him that fast now. I'm a senior. Double wing formation. We got a slot off here to the left. Pass. Red Arrow's back to pass. Got the tight end downfield. Quarterback's going to keep the ball, and he's going to be tackled about 2, maybe 3 yards short of the first down. It's going to bring up a 4th down. We're going to make it 4th and about 3.5.
Great open field tackle.
Yeah, great open field tackle.
There's been a lot of really good open field tackles tonight by the Sailors.
Well, this is a game I hope my JV kids are watching because I was thoroughly disappointed. I love my kids to death, but it was a struggle last night. 4th and 3. Red Arrows are going to go for it, down 21-0, 9 minutes remaining here.
Timeout, Mona Shores.
Timeout, Mona Shores. So we're going to take a timeout with them. Coach Check obviously seen something that he wasn't quite sure of. We got exactly 9 minutes till halftime. It's the Pink Arrow game, the 13th annual Sailor Nation Sport. Will be right back in 1 minute. We hope you will join us. Well, welcome everyone back. It is 4th down and 3. The Red Arrows are not going to punt.
I don't know. He's a little deep,
yeah,
though.
He's deep right there. Yep, he's going to punt. Not a very good punt. It might take.
It's taking a good little
it's going to take a nice roll for the Red Arrows. All the way down to the 10. I think he's going to mark it right at the 10-yard line, Stevie.
Gents, I got to point out, Mr. Johnny Hall is joining us on the
Johnny
broadcast.
Hall, the Johnny Cam. Johnny, how's college going, son? I hope you're doing well,
Hopefully.
and you are truly missed, my friend.
Yep, fantastic having you around as long as we did, but got to spread those wings and fly on out. Enjoy that Wheaton
We got to let our kids grow, Joe.
We do.
Our kids got to grow. We got one big kid, though, still with us, don't we?
Yep, old Steve.
Yeah, old Steve's just still with it.
I don't know if you were talking
Refuses
about
to
Kim or
leave.
Steve.
Yeah, he just doesn't want to leave the nest. But we do want to see if we're picking up lunch at the deck a couple weeks ago. That was awfully nice of Steve.
That was really nice of him.
Yeah, I thought it was just outstanding. Great seat. Steve wrote his C-do in, and just, it's all good.
I don't think I was really given much choice as to whether I was paying or
Well,
not. Put it on his bill, I think, it's the quote. And then we have to stop and get your Jamocha shake today and pay for that. Seriously. That's right. Just
how do you think the guy survives on a fixed income, from retirement?
Had to go to work today.
All right, there was a penalty on that.
First and 15. Ball's going to be marked back at the 15-yard line. We got twins to the right, split left. Johnson offset at fullback.
No, that's Demir Farnham.
No, Farnham in at fullback.
Got about 2 or 3 on that one, it looks like.
Johnson played the majority of the running back snaps last year, but Demir Farnham was up, and he played enough that he really showed some bits of greatness too.
Heir apparent, most likely next year.
Who knows? I mean, they both play defense. So
right. A little patch to the outside is going to pick up the first down. Is that Roberson over there?
No, McNiff.
Ryan McNiff on offense. So Ryan McNiff was a two-way starter, O&D. Because of the ankle injury, Coach Check decided, hey, we're going to keep you off because we've got the transfer from Muskegon, Frederick coming in, a junior as well. So that gives a junior another check. So your defensive backs are all juniors.
Well, and I tell you, if they play solid, they have been so far.
Oh, yeah.
Keeping that group together for 2 years in a row would be immensely
important. You're going to have to recruit, you're going to have to replace 7 others.
Oh, man, I'm telling you, it's a steamroll right there.
I tell you, Demir, if you stand next to Demir, he's a big dude.
Yeah?
He's a load.
He's solid. You're right,
not
Steve.
Someone you want to sit there and take on head on.
No, not at all. You're absolutely correct. Not only is he solid, but he's got some serious squeals, too.
Yeah.
So let's bring down 2nd and 2, ball at the 28. We're down to 7:30 and counting down to halftime here, and it's going to be a great halftime. 5-man front for the Red Arrows. Is that Konechny carrying the ball right there? Trying to look like Mark Konechny carrying the ball, going around the left side. He's going to lose about 2. It's going to bring 4th down and 5, I'm thinking. 4, no, they only lost 1. 4th and 4. Third down. They had 4 down over there for minutes. 3rd down. 3rd and 3, balls marked at the 27-yard line.
It's a big play for Lowell's defense.
Yeah. Well, it's a big play for the offense, too, being deep in your own territory. Connecting a little pass out there. Nice blocking.
There's a hold.
That's going to be a hold right there. Yep. That play is going to come back. Safe pass, safe play. Unfortunately, the hold's going to come in. And you got to take it down here, I think, don't you? I mean, you don't decline it because he gained about.
Yeah, you'd be 4th and 1.
You'd be 4th and 1. Yeah, so you got to take it, I would think, here.
So we had a question online here. Who was the scores of the game so far? We have Roberson, Johnson, and Konechny, correct? So those that are wondering, the 3 scores that we have so far are those 3. We have Roberson, Johnson, and Konechny.
So I have a question for you. So we got somebody from Georgia. Anywhere else? Here?
Well, let's ask. We'd love a shout out from wherever. We have 333 people currently signed in listening.
Amazing for our first
We'd
game.
love to know where everybody is watching from, whether it's local or all the way across the world. We'd love to give you a shout out.
We'll keep an eye out on the World Wide Web. Is that correct?
We are on the World Wide Web. YouTube web.
YouTube web. Twins is there. Intercepted. Oh, there's the first
that
mistake
looked like
of the
it hit
game.
the ground, but what do I know from
First
up here?
mistake of the game for the quarterback, Mark Konechny. Boy, I bet he wishes he had that one game. He eluded, thought he saw his receiver there, and he did. Pass was just a little score. Well defended by Lowell, though. So Coach Kojak will go over and talk to his quarterback.
And I'm not sure he was necessarily trying. I mean, I think, it happens as a quarterback. I don't think that was too risky. It just happened to be didn't place it. You throw the ball a little bit, things like that happen.
Okay, we're in double tight mode right here.
Well, they changed up and now a little pistol.
Little pistol look here, fullback. Right behind the quarterback. Fullback's going to carry the ball.
Oh.
Quarterback's going to get in. He is just blown. Is that Kemper Millis on the bottom of the pile right there?
Sure is.
Yeah. Kemper just blew it up right there. Fullback runs into Kemper. Quarterback runs into.
Knew we were going to have a pretty good offensive and defensive line, but I didn't know how good. Pretty well.
Johnson on the tackle right there. And that linebacking core, Lenardowitz started last year. Johnson started last year. I mean, you've got solid, knowledgeable veteran kids out there, Steve.
And you have great coaches in Kyle Brott. You got Tyler Vandenberg working with that young secondary. You got, obviously, Coach Check we've talked a lot about. I mean, he's assembled quite a staff as well.
And not only has a staff assembled, it's a staff that's hung around. Unfortunately, goes right between the arms, so it's going to bring up a fourth and about 11.
Demir did a great job of covering him out of the backfield. That's the one where you usually try to slip him out. He wasn't on him, but that made the throw more difficult for the quarterback. So
back
he may have been beat a little bit,
right?
But he really did a good job of
picking
him
throw
up
out of bounds. Had to keep him inbound and the ball from going out of bounds. Exactly. So we got Twins to the right, wing to the left. Tight end, offset to your left. Going to have to throw quarterback back. He's got all kinds of time. He's going to go down.
It's going the other way.
There we go. There's a pick six. 50, 40, 30, 20. Goodbye. Touchdown.
Is that Vinton?
Motor Shores. Is that Vinton? Who's that?
Wow.
So while we're waiting for them to set up for this extra point, we've got the DMARS watching from vacation in the Great Smoky Mountains. We've got Frank Sturgill watching from Denver, Colorado.
3.
And we got Dave Bowman practically at the game watching from Greenville, Michigan. So.
Practically watching the game from there. All right, Stevie.
We'll wait.
Okay, sounds good. Yep, absolutely. Swinging gate again. Now it starts swinging from left to right. J-Dog, Jalen Vinton. Boy, Tyler Van Bergen has just got to be happy with his young kids. There's the snap, the hold by Konechny. The kick is up, and it is good. 4:49 remaining till halftime. It's the 13th annual Pink Arrow game. Sailors comfortably up 28-0. Another score, another PAT, and we got the proverbial running clock here in that second half. All right, you ready?
I'm ready. So, doing something fun, doing something new. I wanted to, try a little trivia question, and we were able to get a sponsor for it. And so each week we'll do a trivia question for commercial realty needs. Here's the first question, gentlemen.
Okay.
Here it is. First one of the
I
season.
do like the Aflac duck sound, but I'm not going to.
Whack, whack. Oh, I'm sorry, my bad.
Mona Shores has been affiliated with 6 conferences since it started playing football in 1962. Name the 6. I'll repeat it. Mona Shores has been affiliated with 6 conferences since it started playing football in 1962. Name the 6.
Keep your guesses to yourself, Nick. We'll see if you're right.
And they can guess online, too, a little bit.
The third, yes,
the
absolutely. If you guys have any guesses on that, go ahead and throw those in the comments. Make sure you subscribe to the Sailor Nation Sports Network YouTube page in order to be able to make the comments on here, and then let us know what you think.
And that was the Troy Wasserman Core Realty Partners.
Okay, I think I got 5. Now, I'm not sure if these all count, or is this one conference right here? Is that considered?
Okay, because that will be a question.
Okay.
Let's save it for the third quarter.
I'm going to save it.
You'll have to think about it a little bit more until the third quarter. Well, I got to think, because I can't think about the one. I'm not sure about this one either.
The first 4 I am.
Well, I guess you'll just have to wait and see.
Yeah, I guess I will. Quack, quack.
And we definitely want to thank Troy Wasser from Core Realty for that. This is a first for us, the trivia. And Steve, got to give you credit. This was kind of your idea on this.
Yeah, right. Yeah, okay, so I'm forced, because I talked to Joe today. Little roll out here. Nice play. Kind of incomplete to the big fullback coming out of the backfield. So Steve forces my hand sometimes to do some things, okay? And things that sometimes I like to do and some things I don't like to do. But this is good. So now he forces me to come up with something to get a sponsor. Which
today.
Well, I didn't have time today. I had to go into work. And I had to show film today and get things ready. And
all right, I'll cut you some slack.
No, good for you, Steve.
So we got a few more people posting in on where they're watching from. Cloverville, Fruitport, class of 14. Fiance and I love watching Sailor Nation. Love that. And we got Mr. Logan Heckema watching from Saginaw Valley State University.
Logan, how you doing, buddy? Hope school's going well in football.
Yeah, make sure to 4:20 left in the second quarter. 4:20 left before half. 28-0. Sailors are up. We do have a few guesses on the chats and on YouTube, so keep those guesses coming. Steve, you want to read that question one more time?
Third down 10. We got 4 minutes here. Little bootleg, little reverse. Got the man downfield, wide open. Oh, he falls.
That was. Yeah,
okay, no, yeah.
Tangled feet.
Yep, no flag's going to bring up a 4th and 10, 3:35. Ball's marked at the Lowell 36.
So that
you
question.
You got a punt here.
Yes, sorry. The question was, Joe, Mona Shores has been affiliated with 6 conferences since it started playing football in 1962. Name the 6.
So Mona Shores, 6 conferences since 1962, ladies and gentlemen.
My Reese shows, at least.
Of course it does.
What are the 6 conferences? Let's hear it. Let's see it in your chat.
Okay, this could be returnable right here. No, he runs past it, lets it go. Ball's going to go down to about the 15-yard line. So Sailors defense gets a 4 and out and forces a 3 and out and forces the Red Arrows, a.k.a. Pink Arrows for tonight, to punt the ball. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Sailors. Ball's going to be marked at the 20-yard line.
Once again, we want to thank everybody. We've been right around 300 to 350 people watching, pretty steady. We have a very, very delicate connection into the internet here at the Red Arrow Stadium, so we're trying to maintain and keep everything coming to you as best we can. We're sorry for not being able to bring you a little bit more and bring it steady.
Oh, Johnson's going to break through. Johnson's going to pick up about 12 yards. Boy, he was 1 step away from taking it to the house right there.
He was.
1 step away from busting 85 yards.
3:28, counting down.
1st and 10, ball's going to be marked at about the 24-yard line, 34-yard line, correct. Boy, the pink numbers are a little hard to see, but I understand why they are pink. 4-man, 5-man front there. Sailors are pointing at something out there. I thought they might have think somebody jumped. Now they're moving around, sliding from left to right. That defensive front. We got an H-back offset now. Do we got a timeout
Looks
on
like
the
a
field?
Timeout, yeah,
timeout. So we're going to take a timeout with the Sailors. We got 2:58 counting down here in game 1 of 9. We get to play 9 games this year, boys and girls. Your Sailors are comfortably up 28-0. Hey, you can take a break. We're going to take 1 minute, but make sure you come right back.
From truck beds to bed beds, we've got your home and auto covered. Combine your home and auto with Lake Michigan Insurance Agency, and you could save $650. That's like 325 gallons of gas, or 21 sets of comfy sheets. So, trust our experts to find the perfect amount of coverage for you, making sure you're covered when you need it and how you need it. We shop a variety of insurance providers, industry leaders like Citizens and Frankenmuth Insurance, to make sure you get the highest quality coverage at the lowest possible rate. In Muskegon County, trust Ryan Rozicki to start a quote for you today. Visit Ryan at our Norton Avenue office in the Park Place Shopping Center near Goodwill and Pites and Courts Restaurant. or visit lmcu.org/insurance to get started.
Welcome back, everybody. Hope you had a good quick break. We got halftime coming up in 2:58. Sailors bring up. It's a 1st and 10 ball. It's going to be marked at the 34. Pink Arrows are in their 5-2 defense, 4 defensive backs. Johnson tripped. No, that's Konechny keeping the ball, tripped up. He'll lose about a half a yard. If you were to compare Mark and Brady, how would you compare the two of them a little bit? Because you're talking about 2 different quarterbacks, realistically speaking.
You know, the first thing I would start with is that their intelligence. You know, Ken Rose, football coach, Mark Konechny, obviously we know his pedigree. So right away, their football knowledge. By the way,
both very good.
Good pass there. You know, I think that's where it starts, and then you know they both can.
There's a flag on that play.
Run the ball. Brady,
possibly.
Probably a little bit better runner, obviously. Mark can throw the ball a little bit more.
Probably a little bit better passer overall.
Yeah, I mean,
it is what it is.
Yeah, but I would start with their football IQ.
Personal foul is set to the red arrow, so it's going to be a late hit, 15-yard penalty, 5, 10, 15. It's going to give the Sailors an automatic first down again. This ball is going to be marked at about the 41-yard line. Sailors got 2:24. Sailors have 1 timeout remaining.
And I have no doubt that Matt would love to put another score on the board before halftime to start off with the running clock with the way the weather is.
Oh, good grief, yes. I don't feel it cooling off too much yet.
He's open.
Konechny wide open.
He had
a little
wide
too
open.
far. 2 wide open. Just overthrew him. He was wide open. Nice route there by, who was that, number 8?
Jalen Vinton, I think.
2.
Yeah, it's Vinton.
Yeah, it's Vinton.
It's Vinton?
I
Okay.
think that Konechny got a little excited on that to see where that was developing and to just put a little too much on it.
And it ended up a 2-man route, and McNiff was wide open on this side, too.
Pass a little quick out there.
And that's the one thing. I mean, Mark does a lot of things. I don't mean it's the one thing, but he really gets rid of the ball fast, and he can spin the ball, as we say. I mean, that ball gets from point A to point B in a hurry.
Well, not only is it a hurry, but it's a frozen rope out there,
and
too.
those quick routes, I mean, you got to react on those.
Right. 3rd, 14 ball mark, 34-yard line. Konechny's going to carry the ball. Mark's going to break through 5. Down to about the 5-yard line. Crosses 10 down to about the 5-yard line. Be first and goal, Mona Shores. 2:07 remaining.
Great read. Great blocking.
Beautiful.
You know, and we didn't get a chance to show. He said, I'm going to ask you what the offense is going to look like. He said, it's not going to look anything different than what we've done in the past. He said, Mark has his unique talent set, but in terms of what
might be a little bit more variable in the passing that we've seen than that, it looks.
Aaron throw there, and I really think he was trying to go out of bounds, but he said, I might be able to wing it to my kid here. So, but, you know, Coach checks defense, kept him out of the end zone. Johnson carrying the ball. Johnson is going to get
stuffed.
Muskegon opens up. Down to about the half-yard line. We got 38 seconds. Clock is running. We'll be in hurry-up offense. Sailors have 1 timeout remaining. We're taking their sweet time to call a play here, aren't we?
Well, wasting the time. We still have 1 timeout. So get it down.
Konechny, okay, going to have to call timeout here now. He's not going to get in.
Well, there's 0% chance they're kicking a field goal here. But why is the clock still running?
Because Matt just called it. Matt let it burn down.
Oh,
Matt walked out there and let it burn down to the end.
So what do we do? Do you kick that?
Well, I just went on record. Maybe I shouldn't have. I said there was a 0% chance he was going to kick a field goal. But
I agree with Steve on this one. You go for 6.
But I guess that's why I don't want. Why would you not let the? Why would you let the clock run down?
Right. I would have run a hurry-up offense, try to knock off 2 plays instead of just getting 1 in here.
Because that leaves literally only 1 play. So if he would have called a timeout sooner, regardless of what Lowell would have done, they would have had a play. Lord knows where it would have been from.
Exactly.
That's true. Yes, because it is 4th down. Yep.
That's why Matt gets a big dollar, though, too, right? And
Steve.
Yeah, and Steve, the All-State quarterback that he was.
A couple scores, Edwardsburg 24-0 over Montague.
Wow.
Forest Hill Central 16-0 over Jenison. And Puffer scores 16-0 Grand Haven.
Ooh.
Grand Haven's going to be good. We had them in our scrimmage last weekend.
You guys scrimmaged DeWitt.
Touchdown.
Well,
whoa, he just got in.
And he fumbled into the end zone, but he must have scored first.
All right. This is a big play right here as far as I'm concerned. This is a huge play right here.
I think it's a big play as far as everybody's concerned.
That's right. 34-0. PAT makes it 35. We start the second half with that clock running. It's all good. Sailors impressive in this first half, going up 34-0 right now. PAT still don't know who the kicker is.
Number 80.
Yeah, thanks. Snap, the kick, it's up. It is good. Sailors end this first half with a successful PAT, point after touchdown, and go up 35-0. I tell you what, if the Red Arrows, a.k.a. Pink Arrows tonight, aren't in a state of shock, I don't know what is, because there was a lot expected out of this group of kids this year.
Well, let's talk about this first half. Steve, what do you think?
Minus the opening drive long run by Lowell, I don't think you could have scripted it any better for Matt. They've had some big plays. Mark was able to get comfortable, I would say, offensively. The defense has completely controlled the line of scrimmage since that first big run, and it is exactly how you want it to go, especially first game of the year, big setting, big crowd, great start.
I agree, and I think that what was expected out of Mona Shores was a lot of speed and a display of a lot of the talent that is on this team, or it was expected of this team, and I think you've seen a lot of that so far in the first half.
Well, you know, some of the things that I'm getting out of this here is that Brady Rose is gone, and as great as Brady was, and he was a gifted young man, it still takes 11 people on the field to do whatever we do. And the 11 Matt's generated right now on offense and Coach Check on defense is really just remarkable. You know, you've got a lot of kids coming back that are two-time state champions. This group of seniors came up, they were 8-1 2 years ago, okay? Steve and Joe.
Yes, I agree.
And these kids know that every single week, every team's going to give them their very best, no doubt about it. And if you can beat the two-time defending state champion, well, I tell you what, that's a feather in your cap, guys.
For sure.
Well, let's take a break here at halftime, and when we come back, we're going to have a third quarter. We're going to have some answers, some trivia. So
yeah, I got to work. I know I've got 1, 2, 3. I've got 4 of the conferences, but I got to get 2 more.
And then one thing we had planned on the tennis interview being here at halftime, but because of the technical difficulties, we'll bump that to next week probably.
Yep, absolutely.
Okay. So everybody, you can take a break. You got about 15 minutes. Have a great break. You know, we love you. Thank you for allowing us into your home and your life. We're having a great time. Hope you're enjoying the broadcast. Have a great day, a great break, and we'll see you in about 15. Good evening, everybody. Welcome back to Sailor Nation Sports. We hope you had a great halftime break. We did. Talked a lot about stuff. Hey, we've got a trivia question out there via Stevie DeLong, and it's kind of like the Aflac, but only better. Quack, quack. And so what we're going to do is we're going to get a couple series in, and we're going to give you maybe 5 or 6 minutes and to think about that answer. Steve, why don't you go with the question one more time?
The question is the Troy Wasserman Core Realty Partners trivia question. Mona Shores has been affiliated with 6 conferences since it started.
He's going around that corner. Hang on just a minute. Vinton down
Good,
to about the 40. Go ahead.
Sorry, you asked me to read it. I was looking down.
Yeah, I know. I'm sorry. I was watching and listening.
Mona Shores has been affiliated with 6 conferences since it started playing football in 1962. Name the 6.
Okay, so you got to come up with 6. We're going to give you about 5 minutes. It's 11:34, so at 6:30 left in this third quarter, Stevie's going to come up with the answer. We're going to see what answers you came up with.
I see as many as 5 guesses, but not 6.
So Vinton nearly breaks the kickoff return, connecting back to pass. A little quick out there. Picks up about 7, maybe 8 yards on the quick out. Connecting having a nice, steady game, Steve, today.
He is, and I think that's a byproduct also of the game that Matt is calling as a coach.
Oh,
he's
without
giving it, he's called a really good game.
Yeah, inside, outside, long. I mean, God, the first play was a 69-yard pass for a 96-yard pass. I mean, talking about save. Picks up the first. Now, little short there.
I'm looking at the actual answers here.
How'd you get the answers?
Steve just showed it to me. I'm not going to guess. I'm just looking at some of the guesses.
Okay, I think I've got
online.
4 for sure.
And I will tell you that a lot of you do have many of the right answers, but there's one big one that is not being called out in this.
I got to believe it's the very first conference Shores was in.
McNiffer.
30, 20, 10. McNiff with one cut. McNiff down to about the 1. No, we're going to put him at
2-yard line.
Tell you what, that ankle looked pretty good there.
Looked really good there. Boy, McNiff weighs what? All of 100 pounds wet, maybe 2. Yeah. I mean, he is such a relentless receiver, an incredible defense. And talking about all of these kids have football smart, football IQ is right in them. And that goes to the year-round coaching that Coach Kozak and his staff does. Konechny going to carry the goal. Konechny is in with the end zone. Mark Konechny with his 3rd touchdown of the night. Sailors racking up some points now. Up 41-0.
That was quick.
So we also have some fans watching from the Big Red Nation. Likes to see the Big Reds taking in a little bit of our broadcast as well. Can't wait to have you guys joining us with the Big Reds at Mona Shores Stadium a little bit later this year. And we also have some Red Arrow fans on here as well from Gladwin, Michigan.
Well, we are glad to have everybody. We want to wish the Big Reds the best of luck tomorrow. I'm not sure if they're hosting or going, but they got EK, East Kentwood next week, or this week. And then the following week, when we're in Detroit, Detroit comes to West Michigan via Cass Tech. Now, you want to talk about perennial D1 powerhouse?
Sure. Oh, yes.
Oh, dear Lord.
There's a nice shot of Athletic Director Conrad and Aaron James up top, scouting out for the booth coaches down to the sidelines.
That's good. Steve, you got some halftime stats that you wanted to share with us?
I do. Mark Konechny went 6 of 9 for 175 yards, a touchdown and an interception. Dimitri Roberson had 3 catches for 111 yards and a touchdown. Jalen Vinton had a couple catches, a pick 6 for a touchdown, and then leading tackler for Mona Shores was C.J. Ivey with 6 from that safety position.
Sailors getting ready to kick off. Did anyone find out who the kicker is yet?
No.
Anybody from anywhere for any reason want to share something? Okay, we still don't know who it is. Well, he's got a nice little foot, though. He's not a little kid. Nice little kick right there.
We have someone that has a winner.
We got a winner?
Yeah, we have someone that has the right answer.
Kickoff return up the middle right there. He's going to go. Oh, there we go. Shutout is at stake. He's getting
That's
hawked up
Roberson.
from behind. Rover Biddy.
Oh.
No, dives for the ankle. The shutout is gone. Oh, Biddy just absolutely flew downfield. Dove for the ankles like you do in the hopes of tripping it up. Just couldn't do it. But I tell you what, the effort was there.
It was. I thought for a moment he was so fast to catching him, he might have tried to strip it, but he just, that's a long ways to run, though.
Well, it's a long ways to run. It was 95 yards.
Some more fans watching from North Carolina. We've got Punta Gorda, Florida, and Arkansas as well.
So we're up to 7 states tonight.
That's correct.
We're global right now. There's no question.
Well,
PAT attempt.
So far.
Huh?
National so far.
Yeah, but I'm sure there's people in
year.
other countries that just haven't tuned in yet and let us know. I got to believe that. Canada.
Sure.
Now, watching that on the actual YouTube delay, the offensive line gets a lot of credit on a push there. It was basically a run straight up the center. I think they ran left of the center on that one, straight up off of the guard, and they just pushed it, and he broke straight through like he was parting the Red Sea.
So with 9:10 left here,
9:18.
running clock still is a go. Sailors still up by 35. Score now is 42-7. Hey, we're going to take a quick break. You can take it with us, but please come on back.
Looking to buy or sell? Look no further than our broadcast booth sponsor, John Vandervelde at Nexus Realty. Give him a call at 231-759-3634 or go see him at 880 West Broadway Avenue in Muskegon. Nexus Realty, team-based real estate professionals.
This is our house. We can find your house.
I want to welcome everybody back. I'll tell you what, 90 yards later, and the Pink Arrows, a.k.a. Red Arrows, have scored their first touchdown of the game, make it 42-7. Lowell kicking off. It's a little pooch. You're going to go right there. It's going to be dropped in there. Going to go around that left side. He's going to break one tackle and go out to about the 40. We'll make 30. Make a 37, 36-yard line where the Sailors will take over. 1st and 10 on the visitor side of the field.
That was Fredericks on the return.
Once again, we need to thank all of you 300-plus people watching us here at the John Vandervelde Nexus Realty broadcast booth, coming to you live from the Bob Perry Field, the Red Arrow Field on the Pink Arrow game here at Lowell High School, where your Mona Shore Sailors are currently winning 42-7. Had a shutout until the last.
Yeah, had a shutout. Defense still has a shutout going, though. Defense still got the shutout. Special teams giving up that touchdown. I really don't know who special teams coordinator is. I don't even know if they have a special teams coordinator, to be honest with you.
When I was at practice the other day, Coach James was
pretty much running it.
Well, it was the kickoff, kick receive team. He was doing a lot of the talking.
Yeah.
But
now, 2 weeks ago, we had special teams practice. It was a Saturday, 2 hours long. Matt ran the whole thing.
And maybe
for all 3 levels, too. Yeah. So he may be in. I'm not saying we're blaming Matt because of that touchdown. No, you know.
Konechny
going to go down. He's going to break. Konechny, high hurdles, 20.
Great footwork.
10, 5. Mark Konechny all the way down to the.
See you guys.
Down to the. Bye, guys. Drive safely.
That was a great run.
So Mark's down to where we're going to put him about the 3-yard line, Stevie. Looks like about the 3 at the official right over here on our side.
So, yep, 3-yard line.
We got a red arrow down. Okay, so medical timeout, red arrow down on that far Sailor sideline over there, 7:41 remaining. Sailors up 42-7. We'll be right back.
Blended Furniture Market thanks you, Mona Shore Sailors, for your support. Have a fantastic game. Try your best and make a difference. Come shop with us down the road at Blended Furniture Market. Visit us on Facebook and Instagram. Go Sailors!
From truck beds to bed beds, we've got your home and auto covered. Combine your home and auto with Lake Michigan Insurance Agency, and you could save $650. That's like 325 gallons of gas, or 21 sets of comfy sheets. So, trust our experts to find the perfect amount of coverage for you, making sure you're covered when you need it and how you need it. We shop a variety of insurance providers, industry leaders like Citizens and Frankenmuth Insurance, to make sure you get the highest quality coverage at the lowest possible rate. In Muskegon County, trust Ryan Rozicki.
And we are back after that injury timeout. Sellers got the ball first and goal at the 3-yard line, 7:41 counting down. Looks like we got trips to the left. Konechny going to carry the ball. Mark is in for the touchdown. Konechny having a nice little game, Stevie.
For sure, and I think that was Matt rewarding him for the run on the previous play and getting him in the end zone. So he's having a great first game.
Coach Koziak's big in rewarding kids for giving Herculean-type efforts out there. One thing that I like he does, too, against certain teams, he'll get a lineman back there, just give him a chance to score a touchdown that, they may never have a chance because of the positions they play. And I tell you what, talking about a Herculean-type effort, if anybody gets one, it's Joe Kanukin, the Godfather, today. I'll tell you what. Well, everything that you had to go through in order to go globally with this, kudos, my friend. Thank you for that. Why don't you share with everybody some of the problems that we had?
And we've got a pretty solid stream right now, but everybody, the radio station was even having a bunch of issues. They have packed up and left. They never got on the air. So the radio broadcast, Tom Kendra, They were ready to go, and they could not get a connection. They were having the same problem that we were. Fortunately, we worked our bugs out. I really don't know how, and we were able to come on just before the game started. We're on minimal. I don't have a lot of things being pushed out because I don't want to stretch the bandwidth on that, but we're at least able to bring you a game, and we're pretty happy for that.
Joe, if you don't mind if I just stretch out one word here, Steve and I were really glad to help you out because we are a team up here, and we always are. And we supported you emotionally, mentally.
Well, actually, Joe and I, because I was going down and making as many posts on Sailor Nation Sports, so they knew.
That's a very true story.
I don't remember seeing you.
No.
You were, however, enjoying that Jamocha shake.
I was, and I can't take it. And guess what? Next week when we go to Detroit,
Jamocha shake.
Yeah, the Jamocha shake.
You sounded a little bit nervous that I was already past Coopersville.
Oh yeah. Oh, don't trust me, I was, because you got to understand, this is 42 years straight of me doing Jamocha shakes every single away game. When I started at Muskegon, my first scout was where? Alpena, Michigan, with Steve Hoffman. Was head coach, and I was an assistant at Muskegon. And my first scout was Alpena. Do you know how far Alpena is?
Wow.
Yeah, and on the way back, we made some stops. We had to hydrate, obviously, and it was all good back in the day. We got home at 5 in the morning.
Sure.
Yeah.
But you got your Jamocha shake.
Oh, so I did.
Anything that we can do to make that tradition.
No, trust me, we don't want to break tradition. The gods would not be happy if we break tradition. 7:32 here.
That's why we call you the man, the myth, the Jamocha
the Jamocha
legend.
shake. Here it is. So, Steve, it's 49-7 right now. And these are really tough games to call right now. If you're Lowell, are you sticking with your number ones, or are you going to play some other kids right now, Steve?
Well, I think they're sticking with their number ones for at least another series or two.
Until
would be my guess. I mean, because you have to
work some things out.
I mean, it's 49-7. I know you're playing Mona Shores, who's one of the best teams in the state, but you have a tough schedule in the OK White.
So without a question.
They better get things figured out during a game first.
Yeah. Hey, Steve, let's go through some of the rankings right now. You had shared some rankings, or I thought it was Joe. One of you guys were sharing some. Where are we ranked number one?
Yeah, so we're not ranked number one anywhere. But
we're not as repeat champions. We're not ranked number one in Division II? Who is?
King in most.
Really?
King is ranked ahead of us in most publications.
That sets next week up even bigger, doesn't it?
Well, De La Salle, okay.
And De La Salle is ranked very high. They have
They got almost everybody coming back.
Starters coming back.
Yeah, no, they're going to be really good.
So by D zone, Mona Shores is ranked number 5. By Mick McCabe, who everyone recognizes as
he's the guru,
sports guru.
Yeah, right.
Or he has us at number 18. Detroit News has us at number 8, and M Live has us at number 6, and that's regardless of
classes.
Class.
Right. Okay, so I had heard too that ML King might drop. No. I think King's dropping to 3 this year because of enrollment. I had just heard that rumor, not sure.
And that's something else to talk about too. The playoff point system has changed.
You're right.
They're all predetermined. So I thought King was 2. I could be wrong, but we could, and I don't have access to the internet.
No,
of course,
here we don't.
But we already know we're Division 2. Unlike in past seasons where you wait until
the selection show.
You're guessing. So now at least you know what division you're in. And the other change that was made to the playoff was that obviously teams are reluctant to schedule harder teams. They're losing because you had to get 6 wins. So the 6-win thing is out the window. You don't have it's not based on wins. It's kind of back to like the old playoff point system, but you're rewarded for playing tougher teams, if you will. And so that the MHSAA is hoping that will also help with scheduling conflicts. But King, for example, and there's a formula for playing out-of-state teams. King
opens up with Carmel, Indiana.
Yes, yeah.
Right, exactly. So question for you. If, let's say, King plays Division I Cass Tech, which they do,
yep.
Okay, and they lose, do you still get points for losing even though you play a tougher team?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, you do.
I gotcha.
So it really pays to kind of load up a little bit. If you have a decent team, it really does pay to load up against these teams.
As long as you think you're going to win that game. I think if you go 0-9, it's going to break through. There he goes.
Oh, man.
30, 20, 10. I tell you what, the youngsters have stepped up big time. Special teams, big time. And we're in the 50s, kids.
Wow. I'll tell you what, he went untouched.
We got a number on that? My eyes aren't.
55, I thought. No. I was looking at something else. I'll tell you here in just a second.
Ivy or
might have been Kewan Farnham.
What do you got, Joe?
21.
Yep, 21.
Farnham?
Yeah, it's Farnham.
Farnham.
Yep.
Yep, Farnham. Kewan. Boy, oh boy, have the youngsters stepped up tonight.
It might have been. It might have been McNiff, 11. I can't see. It was hard to see on there. He wouldn't be back there, would he?
Because McNiff's not playing defense.
So then it had to have been, yeah.
Yeah, right. It had most likely Farnham. The kick is up.
I'll tell you, that's a good leg right there.
No, that's a nice leg. After missing the first one, he's been pretty steady the rest of the game, Joe.
Sure.
Good point.
Yep.
5:20, Sailors up now 56-7. Would you have thought it would have been this high, Steve? I thought it might have been a little closer as many kids.
So I had someone ask me today, and I don't really like making predictions. And it was hard to watch Lowell on film just because the first game and whatnot. The prediction I gave, and I don't really like to get, was 42-22, Mona Shores.
Okay.
But,
well, that was my score on the losing.
We averaged 40 points last year, so I thought, okay, Matt thinks we're pretty talented offensively, and I didn't know defensively how it would be, but obviously been stellar. Just a follow-up, too, on that playoff point system. It's a scale of 60 points for beating a Division I school to 25 points for beating a Division VIII opponent. So you have different point levels in there. And so
I have some breaking news as well.
Okay, wait a minute. Hang on, let me just get this done here a minute, then we're going
to... It's your world. We're living in it.
Well, I know you are, right? Just hang on, because you don't want to
and we got to do the answer
trivia.
here.
I got it, yep.
Yeah, well, that's what I was going to go with, because I don't want to let Steve down. Okay, hang on. Right after this kickoff, we're going to get it. Kick is going to go out of bounds, so all right. Go ahead, Stevie.
So hold on. First. Breaking news real quick.
Breaking news.
Kicker.
Kicker.
Thank you, and they didn't leave a name. They just have a face for their screen name on here. It's Caden Pulaski.
Well, it's not, though.
It's not.
Because Caden...
Oh, that's right. He's playing soccer.
Yeah,
so it is not.
Thank you. Got changed, but thank you for helping.
Yes, thank you. Thank you for helping us out.
Yeah.
No, you're right, because Caden is the soccer player that is not here tonight because of the reschedule of the soccer game.
Correct. Okay, so Lowell is making Mona Shores re-kick it, having it go out of bounds, a 5-yard penalty, so it's going to move the ball back to the 35. We got to find who the kicker is.
Okay, so.
Okay, we got
Steve, let's do our trivia.
Answer.
All right.
You got it, buddy.
So this is the Troy Wasserman Core Realty Partners trivia question for all your commercial realty needs. The question is, Mona Shores has been affiliated with 6 conferences since it started playing football in 1962. Name the 6. I'm going to leave what I think is the hardest one for last.
Okay,
so you have the LMAC,
I had that one.
Michigan Athletic Conference. You have the OK Red Lakeshore, but you also have the OK Red.
Oh.
You have the OK Green. You have the OK Black. And the very first conference that they were in was the Valley Coast Conference.
I didn't get that one.
So the Valley Coast Conference, LMAC, OK Red Lakeshore, and there is a difference between that and the OK Red, OK Green, and OK Black.
I had 5. I
Troy
had 5.
Wasserman Core Realty Partners trivia
Great
answer.
Broke it free on the kick. So, I got to give a shout out to our fan, Mr. Class of 1973, Robert Keller, who guessed every single one of them.
Did he really?
Yes, he did. So congratulations, Robert.
Now, Steve, are you taking Robert out for dinner at the deck or lunch or something for getting it right, or?
Well, since you said that earlier, I've already had 2 people ask me about taking them to the deck for dinner.
Well, let me tell you, Steve is great company at the deck. You will get primo seating. He picks up the tab, and Steve is just a delight, well-mannered, well-socialized, picks up the tab. You can't ask for a better partner than Steve.
You didn't even sit down before you said put it on his tab. How are you? You introduced yourself and said put it on his tab.
It was in a roll right there. You know what? I'm going to get you guys one of these times. You know what?
And the extra point is good.
Yep.
So 5:05 left here in the third quarter. Still a running clock situation. 56-14. Your Sailors are still up. But a couple of another special team issue.
Yeah.
So,
second special team issue.
And both of them were on kickoff, were they not? One was a punt, one was a kickoff, correct?
Both are kickoffs.
Both, okay.
I have a couple scores here if you're interested.
Yes, absolutely. Let's do
it. Edwardsburg 31, which they are very good, by the way.
They are.
Montague 0.
Wow.
Montague was senior heavy last year.
I don't believe any of these are finals. Zeeland West 16, East Grand Rapids 7.
Ooh.
Forest Hills Central 29, Jenison 7. Forest Hills Northern 37, Wyoming 7.
Yeah, Wyoming's going to struggle. They don't have a JV team this year.
And one of the biggest games, and this game's being played at the Big House in Ann Arbor, DeWitt and Traverse City Central, who I thought Traverse City Central might have been one of the best teams in the state, and they might be, but they're playing probably the best team in the state. DeWitt 26, Traverse City Central 7.
Wow.
Okay, now that is a national game of one of the national games of the week on
Valley Sports, isn't it?
Yeah, and it's nationwide if you wanted to join and watch that.
After our game.
Traverse City has 18 returning starters. And there's a flag.
So, Steve, I want to go back to some of those scores. Was that Zeeland West against East Grand Rapids? And they were pretty much cleaning East Grand Rapids up. Was that correct?
16-7.
16-7. No, it's close.
Okay, so it's a little close.
Right,
East Grand Rapids.
Yep.
Do you have a score of the Puffer Grand Haven game?
Last I knew it was 16-0.
Grand Haven's much improved from last year. Now, here's something, fellas. Imagine this. You have Grand Haven, a Division I school, right? No JV team this year.
Wow.
And so
Orchard View.
No program this year.
They don't have any varsity program at all.
No, they have a JV, but no varsity.
Wow, it's just crazy.
It's not how things are happening.
Yeah, that's disappointing. When you're talking about teams like that are, I mean, they're really storied programs for the most part.
Orchard View's been around forever.
Yeah.
You know, when Shiloh was there.
Absolutely.
Landon Thalman in at quarterback right now. He was back up when he was 2 years ago. Durable young man. Lannon's just a gem, taking over for the starter, Mark Connect. You had a great game, Steve. I thought Mark,
fantastic.
Overall a nice, solid game for his first game as a starter.
Big environment, big crowd, first start. Mark only threw 13 passes last year. He was 9 of 13, which, was great, but that's only 13 passes. But he came out and he definitely showed his skill tonight.
For a first game.
And running ability.
First game. Agreed. And most of the passes last year were kind of up in mop-up role. So this is really here for his game against, number ones against number ones right here. And I thought Mark did a very good job leading the team, running and throwing. Got a lot of second stringers in here now.
So Bob Keller, our trivia correct answer guess, he's requesting that you take him to the Gus Grill in LaGrange, Georgia. It's a little bit more closer to home for him. So Steve, okay.
Is that the guy from Little Saigon?
Yes, this was yes.
Yeah, a little. Okay, yeah. Steve, you're making a road trip down to Little Saigon.
Hey.
God,
all right.
Hey, you can go down and watch Noel Dean then at Tift at the same time. Why don't you do a remote
you can take your jet ski
there?
Down there.
Yeah, you can take her down to Mississippi.
And then I'll take the Sailor Nation credit card with me.
Yeah, you can do that. Right. You can ride that bad boy jet ski. And you know what we'll do? We'll put the banner on the back as you're going down to Mississippi.
I love it.
We have way too much
fun. A lot of love here tonight, people.
Boy,
a lot of love here.
I'll tell you, the heat and humidity is just playing havoc on us. But honestly, for 350 of you who's ever lifting, however, wherever, thank you so much for letting us into your homes, in your lives. It is truly our honor to be able to do what we do. We don't do it for money. We do it for the joy of Mona Shores. And it's great to be back.
Nice pooch kick.
Nice little pooch kick.
Settle in. Oh, look at that bounce. Great bounce. Inside the 10.
Yeah, now see, if I would have brought my light right now, we wouldn't have mean that. But, boy, I really slacked. No, I know, Steve.
You didn't even bring the entire crate. What happened? Was it because he was picking on you about the whole crate and backpack thing?
No. You know what? I have no excuse. Excuses are kind of like rear ends.
They even do like the free backpack giveaways. You could probably.
Right, I know. No, I literally.
I'm not even going to talk about the milk crate you use to carry around your file folders. So I'm going to move on to this.
Let's do it.
I have some news to share.
Okay,
so
you do that.
I know soccer played tonight. I don't have that soccer score, but on Tuesday they beat Forest Hill Central 5-2.
Oh, good.
They're playing Fruitport tonight. Last Friday, the girls golf team finished in first place in the Fruitport Invite. Desmond Merwin came in second place. Mason Southland fifth place. Lily Miller and Elise Houle tied for sixth. And volleyball tomorrow has their Battle of the Boardwalk in Grand Haven, which is a pretty cool event outside on at the waterfront. So
is it really?
It's cool. It's right on right across from the musical fountain.
Yeah, right. That open area right there.
Court there, and the ball's going to the water.
Oh,
they
that's pretty cool.
Fish them out. It's pretty cool.
Well, I'll tell you what. It was a fantastic season, a whole school year really.
Oh my God!
Watching Mona Shore sports last year. I mean, there was such athleticism and poise and humbleness. I mean, you watched some of these players. You look at Brady Rose, and he ended up getting Mr. Football and the accolades from Detroit and all that kind of stuff. And then he went on and played incredible baseball on top of that. You watched, Mark Konechny, who's now taking the lead here as the after Brady Rose.
Oh, absolutely.
Was absolute demolishing baseballs in baseball. And then you look on the girls' side of stuff, too. Girls' soccer went crazy. Volleyball went crazy.
Girls' basketball was Steve coaching there.
You could not find a sport that was not improving at Mona Shores last year. It was incredible.
The boys' golf team. I mean, it really was a banner year for Mona Shores in all levels, fall, winter, spring, and it was just incredible.
And I think we're going to see a lot of that continue on into this year. Really, I do.
Well, you got Brad Kurth, his second year with boys basketball. Yep. You're going to see improvement right there. Now, Steve, you guys graduated some seniors from girls basketball, though, didn't you?
Yeah, I when we show the interview with the volleyball team and Kathy Hellman, I mean, it's going to be a question that every sports coach that had Bree Wade, Riley Rosenthal, and Brooke LaRue, because they were such an integral part of each of those teams and all conference in each of those sports and conference champions in all those sports. But, I think we'll be competitive in girls basketball again, no doubt.
Yep. 1:10 counting down here. It was really a very long third quarter for a running clock. It has really been a long quarter. Sailors up 56-14.
And another tidbit of information here, thanks to Mythical Moments, the screen name Mythical Moments on here. This is only the third time since 1977 a team has scored 50-plus on Lowell.
Who's that trying to compete with my trivia?
Wow, who's trying to update there?
So assuming that's correct, that's a pretty big day for Mona Shores here.
And Steve,
thank you, Mythical Moments.
Yeah, was it Joe or Steve? One of you guys brought up Lowell has never lost a pink arrow game. Steve?
No, they have never lost. 13 tries. And we were talking about that record at the beginning. That the last 4 years Lowell is 16-21, but the 4 years before that they were 44-6. I mean, that's impressive. I mean.
It's real impressive.
Some good Lowell teams, and Lowell is a quality opponent.
So we're winding down inside of 10 seconds left in the third quarter now, 56-14.
You know what we need? The young man that wants to join us.
Cohen. Holman.
You know where he could be a huge help right now for these old eyes? As a spotter for us. We could really use a spotter with binoculars to help us.
Well, I think we're going to have more than Cohen helping us out in some of these aspects.
Yeah. So. Home we got, Dan. Always,
sure.
Dan Vandermine is good, but like right now, it's a blur.
Have you ever considered getting some glasses?
Those are in the milk crate that he left behind.
They're in the milk crate left behind in the road.
So we got to talk about that when we come back.
You are just having too much time.
So we begin the fourth quarter, last 12 minutes here from Pop Perry Field. As we continue to ridicule Mr. Nick Davros. This has been so fun.
I've got one tidbit of news. Are we going to take a quick break? Let's take a quick break.
Let's take a quick break. Actually, you know what? They're getting ready to come back, so we'll say that.
I've got some tidbit, though. I think it's our last game, October 23rd, something like that. My niece is getting married. I will not be here. I will be missing my first game ever on Sailor Nation Sports.
What is going on?
I know. I will be leaving Thursday night or early Friday morning for Cleveland, Ohio. My son, my brother's daughter is getting married.
That's the last regular season of the game against Wyoming.
Yeah, go figure. Yeah, I'll be gone. I know, but I've given you...
Steve, you might get promoted pretty quick here.
Can we go... Well, we should probably call the game.
Okay, let's just call the game.
Okay, last update I got, by the way, update on soccer was 4-1. I believe they were losing.
A lot of...
and it was my son, Owen DeLong, keeping us in...
Young Owen.
The boys soccer team also lost a considerable amount of senior heavy talent with that team. So they're kind of in a little bit of a rebuilding year, but they have such a program that they put together.
You look at that senior class in general, boys and girls, there's a lot of good seniors that have graduated.
Apostle really has a good thing going there for the boys. That's some good
Who does?
Mike Apostle.
Oh, okay,
Coach for the boys soccer.
Right, absolutely. We're 10:48 counting down here. Sailors up comfortably 56-14, second down and 10.
I always, last year when I was watching a game on ABC, and the first 5 games of the year were blowouts, and Kirk Herbstreit and Chris Fowler, and they talking about those are the hardest games to call because there's not a lot of action, and it is, and I'm sure people are like, hey, just call the game, but there's just not a whole lot, it's tough sometimes when it's such a blowout.
Right. Got a lot of juniors in there right now, maybe even a few sophomores. Coach Koziak brought up 8 of my players, or our JV players. And hopefully maybe they might get a little bit of action.
There's not a lot of light in here also to be able to see.
No, God, you know what? Somebody on the staff does have a little lamp that was left behind in the milk.
Andrew Grimm, 16, is in the game.
Yeah, little Grimmer. Yeah, I can't even see the numbers very good this far away.
Jesse Love.
Quarterback keeping around that right side. He's going to be run out of bounds there by Grimm. Grimm on the nice tackle along with number 48, Steve.
Jaden Smith.
Yeah, Jaden Smith. Jaden hurt his ankle toward the end of our season last year. Missed the last couple games at the JV level. Good to see Jaden back in number 2, it looks like. Is there a number 2, Steve?
Jalen Vitton.
Okay, so that's not Jalen that's in there right now.
Carl Heron's in the game.
7. I think that's a 7 down there that you're seeing right there. Yep.
It was 7?
Yep.
Who's 7?
Braden Bankyard.
Oh, Brandon Bankard.
And there's a couple JV kids that are pulled up because of fifth quarter rules, which we don't have a roster for them. Dawson Trigg, 64.
Well, again, we'd like to thank every single one of you guys for joining us here from the John Vandervelde Nexus Realty broadcast booth here at the Red Arrow Stadium in Lowell. The Pink Arrow game, a 14-year tradition here. Basically a fundraiser for all kinds of different cancer awareness. As Steve mentioned earlier, 14 years they've raised nearly $2 million towards supporting cancer research and recovery. And that's a fantastic thing. And really it's an honor for us to be able to be here. And
okay, I can't. Steve, take a picture of us.
We're zooming in.
Okay,
we're getting close here for a nice selfie.
There we go.
Our first game, and something that Nick pointed out that escaped me earlier this week. It's usually not very often that Nick is able to point something out that escapes me.
Oh, there's a flag. Little extracurriculars going over there.
This is our 5th year together as Sailor Nation Sports Network as we know it.
5
it is
years.
Year 5.
And we first met where? Trivia question.
Well, if any, I wonder if people out there. I mean, I know it. You and I know it.
Yeah, you and I. I wonder if Steve knows it. I bet you Steve doesn't know it. Okay, people out there, go ahead, ask the question. You're much better than I am.
This isn't probably big enough to use as a trivia question, but it is one for our 5-year recognition. Where was it that Nick, myself, Noah, and Kimmin first met each other, and it was our first broadcast? 5 years ago, Sailor Nation Sports Network was born.
Wow. Yes, it was.
5 years ago.
Look at us, 5 years old now. Oh, how the time has flown.
5 years ago, I was simply going to a game, and I got a call from a friend that says, hey, you want to broadcast the game? I'm like, sure, why not? Most people would jump right into that, right?
One would think so.
So Noah and I wander around this football stadium looking for
this dude.
For some guy and another guy with a camera. And we finally found him, introduced ourselves, sat down, and within a few minutes after that, we were already broadcasting our first game.
And I say that because that dude was down there the day before coaching a game at Canton. We were playing Canton at Canton.
That's right.
And in fact, it was Ryan Portiga that introduced you, who suggested you. Mm-hmm. And we can't thank Ryan enough. And it's been 5 years, and now the wonderful addition of Steve along with it has just been incredible. It's just been.
And we've had some tremendous kids working with us, which has always been really how we can do this. Honestly, it's the involvement with the students that allows us the waiver through the MHSAA to be able to do this.
Oh, yeah.
Over the years, my son Noah, a few years did it as a student. Connor Fritz, Johnny Hall. And now Cohen Homan will be joining us later this season as he begins to get into school and make that happen.
I had a friend just just signed up. Do you have any new people that wanted to join us?
Let me take a look on the Facebook page.
Would you do that, please?
Sure, absolutely.
Score update, Grand Haven 16, Reese Puffer 8, and last I knew there was 11 minutes left, and that was a couple minutes ago.
They're in.
Did that a young lady?
Yep.
Okay, good. Want to thank Brenda for joining us here. Got a question, Steve, I want to ask you regarding Reese Puffer football. And downfield, it's out of bounds. Saw a nice article about your superintendent giving some love and support to the football program over there now. last week or so. What's everything rolling pretty good over there for Mr. Bird and stuff? Or
I think that I think this year will be interesting to see because there's been a few changes. They're working on the culture as all new coaches do. They have a new defensive coordinator that came over from the other side of the state.
Oh, really?
Yep. And so
is Yugi still coaching?
Jeff Ugansky still is.
Okay.
And so it'll be interesting, And I mean, Grand Haven, is supposed to be vastly improved this year too.
Improved.
So if they're hanging with Grand Haven, it'll be interesting to see what happens. But
you were talking about DeWitt possibly being the best. They got a big tight end, 6'5", going to Wisconsin.
Quarterbacks going to Brown.
Yeah, I mean, Mark Yule's kid got accepted to Air Force. Yeah. I mean, they've got talent. And you know what's very unique about DeWitt? Every kid is a DeWitt kid. No school of choice at DeWitt. I mean, there's a rarity right in itself to speak about.
For sure.
I mean, if King goes to 3, you're looking at Muskegon, King, River Rouge.
Oh,
I mean, three is a gauntlet.
Yeah,
yeah,
sure is.
And last year at this time, we were scheduled to play at Wayne State. And
against River Rouge.
Against River Rouge.
Correct.
Yep. And then River Rouge turns around and gets thumped by DeWitt in the state championship game to win their football, their first football title. So, I mean, you got Shores, you've got Muskegon, you got Grand Rapids Catholic Central. I mean, there's 3 teams that are really tough right there. You got Traverse City up north. That's going to be good this year. I think Granville out of the Red's going to be really good this year, I think. Rockford made it to the semifinals last year. I think Rockford's going to be good.
Yeah, Rockford was another one I was going to throw into that.
Yeah, well, my schedule got significantly tough because Holland has no JV team. Wyoming has no JV team. Union doesn't have a freshman or JV team this year.
Wow.
Yeah, so I'm forced to pick up who? East Kentwood, Rockford, and Whitehall. And I end up in Rockford my last game of the year. I mean, you're talking about some tough team, and my kids got to grow up really fast. And we've got a lot to work on. But like I tell my kids all the time, the only way you learn is by making mistakes. Well, God knows we made enough mistakes yesterday. We're going to have to learn really fast. And I think they will because I love my kids to death.
And with 2 minutes and 42 seconds counting down here, these Sailors have made some mistakes tonight.
Oh,
they absolutely have some things that they need to work on. And some of the errors that they have made in bigger games against more solid teams could very well be the difference maker in some
absolutely.
of these.
And that's a great point. You look at the long run in the first quarter that turns, they get down to the 5 and then they fumble. First pass of the game by Konechny goes for 96 yards.
Yeah.
We got very fortunate on that.
And there is a true existence of a ton of athleticism on this team. It was on display tonight in many different forms.
Absolutely.
What's going to be very, very important is 2 things. We're going to win here tonight, which makes it 19 in a row.
Okay.
And that's going to be one of those chips that people are going to be hanging around. You can't let that get into your mind. 20, 21, 22, however many games it is that you end up having in a row cannot be the thing. The three-peat can't be the thing. All of this talent has to continue to develop as a team, and it has to continue.
Oh, nice run. And Thalman was using all of the clock. He was looking at the back judge here to do it. Keep going, Joe.
The other thing is, in games like this, we have to develop our depth. We have to continue because although we have a lot of talent, we do not have a lot of players. This varsity team has 29 players on it. And we're used to what? Typically 35,
mid-30s,
40.
low 40s.
Yeah, so the depth that we do have has to be developed and spread around on this team. This is a long season. There's 9 games. There's 9 games that you have to play. This is the first one. Injuries, all that kind of stuff are things that can creep up and change an entire season all in one snap of a finger. So, again, continuing to develop this team as it needs to be is going to be the focus as we go forward.
Yeah, and classy move here by Coach Kozak, taking the knee, victory formation. Joe, highlights of the game, your thoughts right here before I get to Stevie Wonder?
My highlights of the game, obviously, I think have to be the comprehensive play of this team. With the exception of a couple of miscalculations on special teams, this team played very well-rounded. You had defense, you had offense, you were able to utilize some of your skill players to their fullest effect, and I think that this is a fantastic place and a fantastic way to open up this season.
Steve, your thoughts?
Number one, the obvious question, Mark Konechny replacing Brady Rose. Check.
Yep.
Next, when I say other players, I mean that as a compliment. You had Gary Humphrey move on. You had all those players that we talked about. New ones moved up, moved in, check. And then lastly, the defense pitched a shutout. Those were special team scores.
Yep.
David Check's defense did not allow a touchdown. They were close in that first series, got the fumble. What a great effort by the defense.
All right, next question for you, Jim. And I'm just going to ask questions as the play-by-play. Joe, we're off to Detroit next week. What do you see? What do you think we need to work on? Now, this will be the third year in a row that we play King. We played him in 19. We played him last year. We play him there. This year, last year we thumped him pretty good. The quarterback comes back, a junior, highly touted young man, athletes galore.
Everything to beat King is discipline. It really is going to be the better disciplined team is probably going to win that game. I honestly think that we have the offensive and defensive line to hang with them. We have the skill players to be able to make the plays that we need to. The team that makes the least amount of miscues is probably going to win that game. That's honestly what I think is going to be the case.
Steve, your thoughts?
When King was 6-4 last year, I think, and I thought they were loaded, and they were loaded. They have a tough schedule, but they're loaded again. I mean, they got kids that weren't even on the roster last year that are in the top 50 being recruited in the state of Michigan. It's crazy, the talent level. I mean, obviously, I think there's a lot to what Joe had to say, but it's just another big test, and I think every game like this, Pink Arrow game, prepares Mona Shores. They've been in so many that, certainly they're not going to back down, and I think, there was 2 scores of special teams tonight. I mean, obviously that's going to be a point of emphasis, and with Detroit King's speed, it'll be even more pressing issue.
You look at what Matt's done since he's been here, 1 win season, number 1, 2 wins. Now it's winning season after winning season.
84-29 overall.
Yep. Went 5-4, I think, in 2015. The time that we haven't made the playoff, but we've played in Saline. We've played at the Big House. We've played
at Hackley Stadium. Let's be honest.
Yeah, Hackley Stadium is a play. We've played at Grand Valley. Last year, we were supposed to play at Wayne State University at that. So Matt's not afraid to let these kids get exposed anywhere and everywhere. Notre Dame's got something. Anyone, anywhere. And I think that's Matt's a mantra right here. He exposes his kids to the best talent there is.
And the true testament is when you falter or when you fail against some of those big teams, i.e. Muskegon 2 years ago, which was our last loss. It was the first shutout that we had.
Well, not only was it a loss, but
it was destroyed.
Well, he brought that up to us last night in his talk to my team that he shared with us. Worst loss of my entire life was in 2019.
And it was the best thing that could have ever happened to us because we took off from there.
And what did we do? We won a state championship that year
So,
after being embarrassed in front of 10,000 people, 53-0.
Yep.
So he talked about that. Can my team flip it around? Yeah, I think we can. We made a ton of mistakes. I made mistakes, and some evaluating, and my coaches made mistakes. We have to get better in what we do, and we're going to do that. So it's all good. So for Steve DeLong, Kim and Codis, who was up in the crow's nest, did a great job. My dear friend, the Godfather, Joe Canoe. I'm Nick Davros. We hope you enjoyed this podcast. Obviously, the outcome, 56-14, was a winner. Guys, we are off to Detroit, Sailor Nation Sports. Thank you for allowing us into your home, into your lives. We hope you enjoyed this broadcast. Joe, shut us down, big boy.
Have a good night, everybody.